Hi and welcome to ECCB Connects, a production of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank designed to share with you who we are, what we do, and how we serve you. The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank is collaborating with the International Monetary Fund to enhance beneficial ownership transparency in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. Senior Counsel in the Legal Department at the IMF, Kathleen Kao, joins us to talk more about this collaboration. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
We have exciting news. ECCB Connects now has a WhatsApp channel. Follow us and stay in the loop with our latest videos, photos, and updates. It's simple. Just search for ECCB Connects in your WhatsApp Updates tab and get connected with all things ECCB. ECCB Connects, who we are, what we do, and how we serve you.
Thanks for staying connected. Following amendments to international standards, the ECCB thought it necessary to ensure that our jurisdiction remains highly compliant and that the financial system maintains its integrity. As a result, a one-week training workshop on enhancing beneficial ownership transparency was held at the ECCB headquarters from the 21st to the 25th of October. Senior Counsel at the IMF, Kathleen Kao, joins us to talk about this collaboration. Kathleen, welcome to ECCB Connects.
Thank you so much. It's so wonderful to be here.
Great to have you. Before we get into a discussion on what's taking place, the seminar, tell us about the work of the IMF in this area.
Well, the IMF plays a very important role in shaping international policies and standards on anti-money laundering and combating the financing of terrorism, shorthand AML-CFT. So beneficial ownership is an important component of an effective AML-CFT regime. We have developed a week-long training on beneficial ownership. This week-long training we have rolled out in 3 regional centers so far. We've done it so far in Singapore, in Kuwait, and also in India. The training that we're doing is the first time that we are rolling out this training program in the Caribbean region. So it's very exciting for us to be here and collaborating with the ECCB on this important training program.
Now, the issue of beneficial ownership, why is this an important issue?
This is an important issue worldwide, not only in the Caribbean region. It's important to every country and every region. It's important to citizens across the world. Beneficial ownership basically refers to who is the natural person who ultimately owns and controls a corporate vehicle, a company. And as we have seen through the news, through various news leaks, such as the Panama Papers, corporate vehicles have been for a long time misused to hide illicit wealth, to hide proceeds of crime. And this kind of activity is a drain on public resources, shining light on who are the individuals who actually control and use corporate vehicles to their benefit helps us stem and mitigate the significant amount of illicit flows that are going through our financial system. These flows can disrupt and undermine legitimate business activity and can undermine a country's banking sector, broader financial sector, and even its economy. Increasing transparency into the ownership of legal entities also has great value for crime prevention and criminal justice efforts.
How is the IMF helping countries to deal with this particular issue?
This is done through several different ways. So in our surveillance work, which is considered the IMF's bread and butter, this is when we do our annual economic health checkup. For some countries, it's every 2 years, where we go in and we assess their economic policies, their monetary policies, their financial sector policies. And here we will give advice. If an issue is what we call macro-critical, So that's something that has an impact on the country's broader economy. That's something that we will pay attention to and emphasize where we want to deliver policy advice. We also look at this topic more deeply in financial sector assessments, where we do a deep dive into a country's financial sector. So obviously, this is a very compelling issue for many countries, looking at how financial integrity impacts and correlates with the financial stability and health of the sector, primarily of the banking sector, but not only the banking sector. And through the financial sector assessment, we can also give very detailed recommendations. Finally, we give our member countries technical assistance support. So as mentioned, sometimes this is done bilaterally. So we have a bilateral relationship with a country where over a number of years, we help them improve their legislative framework, we help them build capacity in the institutions, and we help ensure that they are adhering to the international standard set by the Financial Action Task Force.
Let's talk about the seminar taking place. You said it's the first in the ECCU. How important is this to our region?
I would say beneficial ownership is highly important to the Caribbean region. It is very easy for jurisdictions to be misused by illicit actors abroad who are trying to channel their money from an illicit source to what would be, at the end of the washing process, a licit or a legitimate destination. So in that process, oftentimes funds can be funneled through layers of corporate vehicles, so it is hard to trace the illicit origins of the funds, and they appear to have come from legitimate business activities. Sometimes you can also see this being used to circumvent sanctions. So it is not possible to see that funds came from a designated individual or entity. This can really harm the economy of a jurisdiction or the reputation of a jurisdiction, where that jurisdiction's financial sector or company formation sector is being regularly abused for these purposes. So beneficial ownership, I would say, is very critical for international financial centers to make sure that they are receiving clean money and that their economies can essentially stay above board.
Kathleen, this is the first seminar of its kind in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. What is the IMF hoping to achieve from hosting the seminar here?
Well, we are very excited to be here, having all members of the ECCU present at the workshop. I think is a good outcome and a success for us. Already an achievement in and of itself that we can reach all the members of the union. What we would hope would happen following the workshop is that members who are in attendance understand better the requirements of the international standard, and they can take that back home and help shape policy at home to make their national AML-CFT frameworks more effective, and also to strengthen the implementation of those frameworks by institutions that are dealing with AML-CFT matters.
It's the first that you're having this seminar here in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, but I'm sure it will not be the last.
I certainly hope so. The ECCU is a trendsetter in inviting us to collaborate on this topic, and I hope that it sets the stage for collaboration in the broader region, the Caribbean region at large, and I hope that we can deepen our engagement and continue to work towards the common goal of increased transparency globally.
And now for this week's financial tip.
Hi, my name is Corinne Francis from Surgical Life Inc. There are risks in investing. Know how much risk you can handle. Align your investments with your comfort level.
We've come to the end of this episode of ECCB Connects. Thank you for watching, and we invite you to connect with us again next week for another program as we continue to share with you who we are, what we do, and how we serve you.